Try this a third time or fourth time. All right, we got it standing, but not my face in the shot. This wasn't planned. Hold on. All right, fuck it, I'll hold it. All right, this video was not planned. This is Nick with Mystic Manifesting. And I wasn't gonna make a video today because I myself almost spiraled on something. And brings me to the point of putting too much importance on certain things. Nothing is really important. I said this in another video. Everything means nothing until you put a value on it. So something that's good for somebody is a nightmare for somebody else. See what I'm saying? Like a couple getting divorced or something like that. If they wanted it, to other people, divorce was the worst thing. But if that couple wanted it, it's a good thing to them, right? That's maybe a bad example because there's a lot of SP questions. But there's a story. I'll tell you guys a story to talk about putting meaning on stuff. Hold on, this stupid camera. Here's an example right now, the camera. I didn't bring a tripod, but and I'm out here with fucking traffic. That could mean, it means nothing. But I could take it as, I can't make a video and this is horrible and nobody's gonna watch this and everyone's gonna hate it because everything's wrong with it. I could assign that meaning to it, or I could assign the meaning that, hey, this is cool, it's impromptu, you're being yourself, you're out here and you're having fun and you're just making a video that's gonna help somebody. So that's what I'm saying, like, there's always meaning to everything, or there's no meaning to everything, but you assign it a meaning. There's a story, I'll tell it real quick because it's kind of long, but I'll tell you the premise of it. I think it's an old story from China. Basically, this guy has horses, and one day his horse runs away, or his prize horse or something like that. His horse leaves, or he only had one horse, whatever. He had one horse, the horse runs away. He goes back, the horse comes, hold on, I messed up the whole story. The guy has a horse, it's his best horse, it runs away. All the people in town tell him, I'm so sorry, that's so horrible. And when they tell him it's horrible, he says maybe. The next day the horse comes back with like 3 other horses, and they have all these horses now to train. Everyone says, wow, that's amazing, that's great, good for you. He says maybe. People are like, why is he saying maybe to something good? He's not assigning a value to anything. The next day his son gets on a horse and breaks his leg because he's trying to break the horse in. He breaks his leg. Everybody says, oh, that's so horrible. The man goes, maybe. The next day, the army comes doing a draft. They don't take his son because he has a broken leg, and everyone says, your son is so lucky, that's so good. He says, maybe. So you see where I'm going with the story? That nothing has a value. It's good to those people. Maybe that guy wanted his son to go to war. Maybe he wanted that horse gone. Maybe he didn't want to have to break all the other horses. So my point is, everything only has the meaning that you assign it. So in terms of SP, because I feel like that's why most people get into manifesting. And if you don't know my story and this is the first time you're watching this, basically I've manifested my SP back 5 times in the past 1.5 years. I've manifested other things, but that seems to be like the interesting one. Mainly because it impressed me the most out of like actually seeing how the law works. This park I'm at now, I don't know if I prefaced this before because I tried to record this video like 3 times. It's actually called Our Park. Me and her used to come here all the time. And if you know the whole story and the lore to the channel, I manifested her back 5 times. We had a breakup. It was pretty bad at the end. I kind of didn't want to be with her anymore. She didn't really want to be with me, well, for sure, because there's a whole manifesting thing, how I manifested that into my life. Point was, I didn't think I was going to see her again. Then I start this channel. I started trying to be more positive. I'm doing everything I should do, manifesting. And just to feel good, I was picturing being with her again. Comes back into my life, but as a friend. So friend zone type thing. And then I realized that's a situation I haven't manifested out of before, so I'm trying to do that now. And prove it live on the channel, do something unique, you know. But where was I going with this? Oh, so in terms of SP, nothing, like I said, nothing has a meaning until you give it one. A lot of the people who've been cheated on, they have no evidence of it, but they're so sure because they made that assumption. And then they will find evidence because it will manifest into their reality. I know this. So where was I going with this today? Oh, so today I was talking with SP, and I've been like living in that like really well. So this is why you don't give up and you always persist. Everything feels like it should be going perfect. And then this morning, I was expecting her to text me first. She did, and I sent one, which is me trying to change the 3D. We get to talking, and then things seem normal, like she's excited and talking like before, and I start thinking, she's at work right now, so I could assign any meaning to it. Maybe she's busy and can't send an exciting text. She sends a text that seems dry. So my assumption is she really wants to stay friends now. She's really going to keep pushing me away. Then all that they're shorter, they're less. But then I go to the gym and I'm pumped up. I'm feeling good. I'm loving myself. I'm doing good. Her messages are more interesting. She's asking questions about my personal life again and wondering what I've been up to and wanting to set up a hangout. And we're supposed to grab lunch today. Apparently her lunchtime changed or something from back when we used to see each other. So it fell through. I could make the assumption, which I was doing, I was spiraling, that she's lying. Maybe her time really did change. But I can make the assumption she's lying and get mad and say, well, she's lying to me and she really just wants to be friends and I'm looking like a fucking idiot. Now this is where my mind was going. But then I started doing gratitude. I said I'm grateful for things in my life I have. I did a video on gratitude too. So take stuff you actually have and mix it with stuff you don't, and then you feel really abundant. So I finished up my workout. I said, I'm grateful I had a great workout. I'm grateful I look good. I'm grateful that that I'm motivating people online, and with my fitness stuff, I'm glad people are watching my comedy videos. And then I say, I'm glad I'm back with SP again. I'm glad we're dating. Oh, I'm glad we're getting to go to lunch. Even though at the time I knew I had an assumption that was bad, I start lying to myself, just like you do with this. You're changing the assumption. So I say, I start getting really grateful and stuff. And I needed to eat. I had no food at home, so I'm like, I'm gonna go out to breakfast and treat myself. I was supposed to take her to breakfast/lunch, but you know what? You date yourself, because if everyone is you pushed out, they're part of you. So you did go to lunch with them, and I had an inner conversation with her, and we had a great lunch. It seems delusional, it seems stupid, but for your own mental well-being, it helps. So I go there, sit at the table by myself, and we used to go to this place before, me and her. So I sit down, we have a nice, I have a chat in my head about how I wanted things to go. I revised some of the situation, because I did simp a little bit at the end with, oh, are you sure you can't change your lunchtime, or what happened? And then I was like, then I just sent her a little quick voice memo. You know what, it is cool. Yeah, do what you got to do. We'll get together. Because this time she did say, oh, let's try to set something up soon to hang out, which was not happening before. It's slow incremental movements when things happen. You won't see it all at first, especially when you're beginning and you're changing a major assumption, like a person who you don't think wants you anymore, or they've explicitly said something in your 3D. So it can be hard, and it could be so small a movement you might not even see it, but you have to trust and have the faith that there is movement happening towards what you want. And I'm talking in the SP realm, but this is with money or promotions and stuff like that, because when I manifested my promotion, it was the same thing. It was little compliments. Hey, good job here, good job there, even though to my face I was told you will never have this promotion and you're not good enough. And it was little things, and behind the scenes the whole time there were conversations happening for my promotion. So speaking of that, I gotta go to work soon, checking the time. But then I manifested it, and my point to you guys is watch what you're assuming, because this is the law of assumption. In our reality, our assumptions create. Our imagination is God. Whatever we imagine and think about, that's what happens. So when you start spiraling down, I know that it's hard to catch. I've been there. And sometimes you gotta let it go all the way down until you can get yourself, as Ani from Create Your Future says, to a neutral, natural state. If you're neutral and you feel nothing, then you could really realize that nothing of this matters. It's just an event. An event happens in space-time. You decide what it means. And if you stick to it being bad and and that badness hurts you, then more bad things start coming in. And I could do a video about that too, but this wasn't exactly the video I was going to make today, but I just thought it was important because of something I was going through. And like I said, I thought this channel's cool, so I could do a Manifest My SP with you guys, but I also have the background where you know that I've done it before. So even from someone who's done it before, it can be hard and struggling at times because you are changing the reality. Sorry, I'm sweating right through my eyes. Right in my eyes. There could always be difficulties, but you have to trust that everything you're doing, all these mental diets and exercise, all of it's working out. So I want you guys to stay positive, stay on your mental diet, only assume the best and loving things. Because there was another thing too with her I saw that I could have, like, she blew me off this weekend. I told her I want to go to the beach. She wanted to stay in this weekend. All of a sudden she's at the beach. It's someone else's car. I could assume it's a guy's car, or I could assume it's one of her friends. My natural assumption was it's a guy, it's a third party, and now I'm mad. Now I'm spiraling. Now it's like she really doesn't want me. Don't create those assumptions. Assume only the best. And if you have to assume something that's not as bad. Okay, she's out with her friend. Yeah, she blew me off, whatever. You forget about that. There's also the forgiveness aspect to it, but kind of losing my momentum on the video. It's hot. I'm sweating. You can probably see it perspirating over here. But yeah, that's the point of this video. And speaking of third parties, that's the next video. I'm gonna try and film like 3 videos right now, because if you guys comment stuff, I am going to make a video on it, and I'll do my best to reply in the comments, but sometimes it's easier to, write it down there. I have an email that I put at the bottom of these if you want to email them to me and don't want it to be public. I'll make a video on it then too, but I'm going to make a third party one right now. But anyway, the point of this video is watch your assumptions, because they do create your reality. Just enjoy the little things too. Like that movie, Zombieland. Enjoy the little things. Like, I went out for breakfast on my own. That was cool. That was great. And at the same time, you could feel like the love you give yourself and how much you care about yourself is how the world will treat you, because it's a mirror. If you feel like shit and you think you're garbage, tell your SP and the rest of the world's going to treat you. So don't feel like garbage. Feel like a fucking champion. Feel like the main character. Feel like a winner. Get your shit together. You got this. And nothing's going to stop you guys. So stay positive, man. You got this. Talk to you in the next one.